This is our coverage of Dell Technologies World 2019. I am JB. Thanks for being with us. I have another exciting guest for you to meet and learn some stuff from. Rakshit Ghura. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I know you have traveled a great deal to be here, so thanks for coming.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you.
So you are with HCL Technologies. What is your role there? And introduce us to them.
Sure,
what HCL 's
absolutely.
about.
So my name is Rakshit. I'm Associate Vice President and Global Head of Digital Workplace Practice in HCL Technologies.
Okay.
My role is basically to evolve solutions and provide customer with customized solution around the digital workplace domain.
Okay.
So that's basically about me.
With that in mind, Dell Technologies and HCL has a partnership. How has that evolved, and what's your engagement with Dell in that way?
Sure. So, our relationship with Dell is almost like a decade long, right?
Okay.
And we are engaged with them on the data center side, software-defined data center, cloud services, as well as client computing, right? So I'm taking care of the client computing relationship, where we are working very closely with the Dell teams on the PC as a service solution.
Okay.
And we are taking those offerings to our global customers, right? I mean, helping them to go digital, helping them to transform their environment, to encourage employees to exploit the next generation technologies which are offered between Dell, VMware, as well as HCL.
Yeah, I know that's great. I mean, we've been talking about those successes there. And has it been a successful relationship?
Oh, it has been an amazing relationship.
Oh, great. That's where we'd like to hear that. Makes sense why you'd fly out here to talk to us.
Sure.
With that in mind, for your customers then, the people that you're helping elevate their business, what have been the challenges that they've had, maybe with previous solutions or with other providers, that you've been able to solve with HCL and Dell?
Absolutely. So if you see the client computing market, I think there are multiple challenges which an enterprise customers are facing.
Right.
First and foremost is that, if you see in these organizations, there is no single entity which is owning the end-to-end employee experience, right?
Right.
So they have separate hardware contracts, separate software contracts, and then they have multiple services contracts. So what we are, trying to solve as a pain point is to provide a unified experience to those customers, which is kind of end-to-end. So that is one challenge. The second challenge most of the customers are facing is around very high capex, right?
Right.
So when it comes to client computing, these projects are very taxing. They require a lot of investment, upfront investment from the customer, and customers are looking for business flexibility through which they can provision client computing infrastructure as a service. Because typically they compare that if everything is moving to the cloud,
Yes.
why can't digital workplace be delivered in a manner which is cloud savvy?
Right. And that's great. So with that in mind, so they come to you and say, listen, Rakshit, this is what we have a problem with. How are you addressing those solutions? How are you finding those solutions?
So basically what we have done is we have partnered with Dell Technologies to create an industry-leading FlexSpace offering. We call it FlexSpace.
Okay.
And the whole value proposition is that we provide end-to-end workplace services and we deliver it in an experience-oriented way. So, HCL becomes the front to the customer, to an enterprise customer. And we partnered with Dell on the best of the devices as well as the software ecosystem.
Yep.
And then we deliver end-to-end services powered by some of the innovative IPs which we have in the field of automation, analytics, and cognitive intelligence.
Oh, great.
All baked as a service and delivered to a customer in a subscription-based model, right?
Oh, cool.
So it's completely, based on the consumption.
Yep.
Client can consume all the devices and the related services end-to-end as part of the HCL FlexSpace.
Right. So that's great. The FlexSpace sounds like it solves a lot of those big challenges. It does it in a way financially that allows companies to step up and scale the way that they need to. With that in mind, what's the biggest benefits? The use cases that have been successful for your customers.
Yep.
What are those?
Yep.
What do those look like?
So there are multiple benefits which customers are deriving out of this FlexSpace offering. First and foremost is that by combining all the different RUs, right, which are resource unit and the multiple contracts, they are able to get a straight 20 to 25% total cost of ownership saving on the client computing asset,
wow.
right?
That's great.
So that's one. Secondly, we have been able to deliver best-in-class customer satisfaction index for our customer. So wherever we have gone jointly along with Dell Technologies and VMware, we have been able to deliver 95% plus customer satisfaction
great.
rate. And best part is that as part of this particular offering, we are able to not just quantify, but deliver on the world-class experience on the end-user computing, right?
Yeah.
So basically, the whole approach is you have a guaranteed turnaround time around the new devices to be provisioned to the user. They can get an out-of-the-box experience when they are consuming any kind of IT services.
That's great.
And everything is being monitored from an experience standpoint. And IT can take proactive step to resolve a user problem even before they realize it. So that's the value
That's
proposition.
point. But getting out in front of problems is such a great. Look at the conversation the other day was let's not look in the rearview mirror to solve these problems. Let's be looking through the windshield, get those underway. It sounds like you guys are very much doing that. And with that in mind, looking forward, when you travel back your crazy travels next year, and you're with us here in these seats, what do you hope to have seen in achievements for HCL and for Dell in that partnership between now and our next chat?
Yep. So as I said, this is an industry-leading offering. It's a new concept which we are taking to the customer. Right now, we have done some internal marketing research and engaged some of the industry advisors as well. We see that there is a lot of potential of this kind of a service to grow in the next 12 to 18 months. There are already a lot of customers who are showing great interest in this value proposition which has been created along with Dell Technologies. And I see next year we'll have multiple happy customers, who are going to work along with HCL to kind of justify this journey.
Yeah, well, that's with that in mind, with the benefits that you've been able to offer and the achievements you've made so far, are there strategies that you could expand on that we're looking for, that we're looking at for the next short-term horizon?
Yep. So, as a concept, what we are doing is we have actually worked along with Dell to create a consulting offering around digital workplace for the customer. We call it Kaleidoscope. It's part of our overall FlexSpace offering.
Kaleidoscope?
Kaleidoscope, right? Where we kind of get into an engagement, understand who are the users within that particular organization, what kind of services they need from IT, what are their expectations from IT, and then create a tailored digital workplace roadmap plan for them as part of the FlexSpace, right? Yeah. So I see, we call this concept as dynamic individualization, moving away from a persona-based approach to understand and provide and streamline services to every user need. Yeah. And I think a lot of investment is going from HCL side on building this particular offering. We have partnered with Dell, Intel, and everybody to see how we can grow this particular market for the next year.
All the friends and family, basically.
All the friends of Dell. Yeah.
So let me ask, with that too, so this is a lot to your business end users and your customers. Internally, is HCL take on some of this transformation? What does it look like internally?
Absolutely. So within HCL also, we have a policy that any new offering, before taking it to the market, we typically roll it out internally within HCL landscape.
Everyone?
Everything, what we take to the customer. So we actually are utilizing this FlexSpace offering within our own organization, and we are able to monitor the results which we are getting, and then we also take this kind of an offering to the early customers to see what benefits they are realizing. So it's all part of the complete journey where everything is being tested and then taken as a standardized offering to the global customer.
Well, I mean, that's what we talk about, real transformation. We've talked about that digital transformation for a few years, and it seems like we've at least hit one aspect of a plateau of a transformation, let's say, and that there is that ability now internally for each organization to find its growing pains around its own transformation, but then learn before taking it to market. Yep. Have you found that to be the case for you guys as well?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that has been very helpful in shaping some of the next generation offering which we have in our service catalog. More importantly, we are seeing a lot of customers, while real transformation is there, they are talking about workforce transformation. The reason is very simple. They have realized that the greatest source of competitive advantage in the 21st century is employees, right? Yeah. So if they can make their employees more productive, they'll be definitely able to deliver the larger business transformation for the organization.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of great solutions from HCL, and the partnership seems to be very healthy. Rakshit, thank you so much for coming.